So they said, if you see the parts of this aircraft, private jets, oh, it's like people just deliberately went on something that will probably easily kill them. So they said when the plane landed, now they said when the plane finally landed on the tarmac, right, taxiing and all of trying to kind of the brake failed. That was a brake failure. So there's a brake failure inside the plane that the plane had to enter bush before it could stop. Or finally, everyone came down safely, except for those who are probably like scared, right? I'll show you. I think I have a clip of that. Their plane, where it first enter bush. Just be careful. When they more you up and say, come and join our private jets. We are going to fly private jets to this social place. Now, I have one mad weary on YouTube now, and I want to sort of get and kick them out. And that is, you got my attention, Chinwe. Chinwe, what's his name? Chinwe Nwoko, if that's your name. I have told you, in case if you are probably new, don't worry, you'll be watching me. Nobody will be able to read from you anymore, okay? So Chinwe just commented there that Yorubas leave evil so that evil can leave you. Somebody found a platform and feels like maybe this is also a very good place to do your ethnic and tribal Olympics. I know some of you, as we have the Yoruba bigots, we also have some of you, what do you call it, unfortunate Igbo bigots. But you should do yourself a favor, okay? If you are the type that believes that, when you see all the, as you see all the Yoruba criminal politicians who are doing their things with the rest of the Igbo politicians, the Fulani politicians, the Hausa politicians, and the rest of them, right? So if you see those Yoruba criminal politicians as being Yorubas, to the point that in your foolish mind, you actually look at, you are on a Yoruba man's platform, and you could type that nonsense and say Yorubas should leave evil, and evil will leave them, if you are not unfortunate. So can I tell you that the Igbos should leave evil so that evil can leave them too? Because some of you are so unfortunate, and somehow you kind of end up, it's like when you have this black sheep among the white sheep, right? So how does those who have chosen to congregate over us? I'm talking about all your criminals in Nigeria, the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Fulanis, the Hausas, and the rest of them who come from every of all those 250 ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. How could you now think they represent the Yorubas that you will now have to use the word Yorubas should live if Eh? I have warned you several times, okay? I know some of you are bigots, okay? Some of you are here as Igbos, you are bigots. But somehow, over the years, it seems that I have managed to cure some of your bigotry to some extent. I know a lot of you kind of feel comfortable every opportunity you have to latch at the Yorubas simply because you felt like it is convenient, and then every Yoruba should probably just see it that way too. If you are not unfortunate. Eh? So I hope Chinwe Nwoko, I hope you take your unfortunateness to where it will be tolerable. I mean, kind of tolerated, okay? So this is Mayegun's diary political, and I've kind of advised a lot of you that I've had people who have told me here that this is my first time of seeing a Yoruba man saying the truth. But to you, you don't know, you don't kind of think that is absolute nonsense and rubbish, like absolute bigotry. Do you not think of that if you are the type that think like that? Oh my God, look at this Yoruba man. I have never seen a Yoruba man dishonest. And to you, you've just made I just made an innocent observation. So you've been walking about all your life, believing that all Yorubas are whatever you think they are to you. Then you come on to Mayegun's diary political to come and drop a comment that kind of use that your one brush to paint the Yoruba. Ṣó fẹ́ burúkú ni àbórí burúkú tí ń ṣe láti àwọn tó ní ẹni àmì àwọn tó ní láti lè yín wá ni. Everyone is trapped in this contraption, right? And for everyone that is trapped in the contraption, we all have the same rogues and criminals who may ensure of that. And if you have any of your anger against the Yorubas, whatever it is that you have against the Yorubas or you have against other tribes or whatever it is that you think you have, right? There's something you need to know, okay? None of them has the power to hold the Biafrans down, okay? None of them. I don't care what you think you are. You believe in yourself. Until when the criminals who signed the deal to continue to kill the Igbos, your political leaders and your governors, just like us too. I'm not going to sit down here and begin to look at the Igbo governors or whatever it is that come from the Eastern Nigeria and then say, oh, that is why the Yorubas cannot do this because you see all this Igbo. Show Yahweh if you are not mad. So keep Yorubas out of your mouth, okay? I will advise you, even us who are Yorubas, who have been very much outspoken against the rotten system. We have those within our midst that we need to take care of. Taking care of them means that the ideology that the likes of Tinubu represent is completely un-Yoruba. It is not Yorubas. But they are doing everything to force it. So we'll deal with our own problems and we will never blame it on anybody. And I hope you probably should stop blaming whatever it is you feel towards the criminals that are running and ruining Nigeria. Because the point here is this. At the end of the day, there is no part of anywhere that they will tell you the Yorubas have any special privilege that is envious. What is it about Yorubas that could be envious to anybody? Absolutely nothing. Except delusion and illusion that a lot of you probably just love. The supremacy. We are more than you. We are this than you. You bunch of fools. Being interested in things, irrelevant, inconsequential things. So you jump here and you say, we're like, the Yorubas should show Yahweh. So maybe if I know, there are other people like that too. Some of them kind of would drop in like that and just, so please take Yorubas out of your mouth. All right. If every one of us wants to be serious, the ideal thing is to say, listen, if the Yoruba says we are ready to take down our own criminal leaders when we are, or if the Igbo says we are ready to take down our criminal leaders, the ideal thing is for everyone else who have all these same criminal leaders across everywhere, to begin to have the same notion, not you trying to kind of think me, Mayegu, a Yoruba man, I am responsible for whatever it is that any other ethnic nationality in Nigeria faces. Therefore, because I'm a Yoruba man, right? So I'm also responsible for Tinubu's action and the rest of that. But oh, Yahweh. When I'm still trying to kind of learn how to to break bottle in the ends, on the ends of this Lagos Sabobakus, who are calling others that will never identify with a drug dealer, a drug baron, a certificate forger, somebody who a kleptomaniac, a public enemy number one. People like us that we never associate with people like that. They are doing everything to make sure that they exterminate us. Right? Then somebody will not jump in and say, the Yorubas must show Yahweh. So anyway, we have done so well on this platform to let all of us to keep our biases in this regard to ourselves, especially if we don't want to sort of muddy the water, right? I was talking about this kind of crashed aircraft, right? Before that Chinwe mad person just dropped that mad comment, all right? So let me go show you that, the tire. If you see any other person who felt uncomfortable with what I just said now, I think those of us who are with the spanners, are we still around? Yeah, I'm not explaining anything to you. Okay. So I'm just saying that if you have that your bias in your mind, right, towards the Yorubas, you should keep them to yourself. Okay. That's not an opinion that you can say, hey, I'm just trying to shame. That's a very, very wrong opinion to walk about with. Okay. I don't know how many Yorubas you have met in your life, and I'm doing my best to kind of discourage a lot of people on this platform as well, never to join the bandwagon of this systemic profiling of the Igbos, where a lot will say, the Igbos are this, the Igbos more. I say, shut up your mouth. What do you know about the Igbos? How many Igbos have you met in your life? And a lot of people have come to realize that it's true. It's true. It's only what I hear, though. It's only what I hear, though. So don't bring your Ribruku to my platform where you can begin to feel comfortable and say, but I'm just trying to say the truth. I'll be truth for any. What truth? Your truth. You're walking about with the belief that Yorubas are this. And you want to say that to my face. So I'm going to go show you this. Look at that. Look at those tires. Those are like, hazard on their own, like danger on their own. So if you want to enter their private jets in Nigeria, with your money, you will just enter private coffin, flying coffins or flying caskets. So maybe when you want to fly their private jets, if they are taking you on any PJ in Nigeria, you just have to go before you board, you just go and look at the plane, go and look at the hydraulic, what do you call it, for the landing gear, check the tires, and then maybe you should tell them that you will meet them at the venue, get a taxi, and then maybe have an extra ransom money, because that too can turn really, really dark very fast. Nigeria. Now, the other one I want to share with you is pretty much like uh, you know, the drama of the clowns that are indeed contributing to the further what do you call to the further degeneration of Nigeria to where it is anyway. I'm talking about those ones from rivers, the rivers of crooks. So after the Supreme Court judgment with Fubara and the rest of its guys, right? Um, he went back on to do swearing in for the Werewike's loyalists. But the drama is not really off. In fact, it is even becoming more embarrassing now. I mean, embarrassing now, if you ask me. Now, Fubara, who has been cleared by their their Supreme Court of Injustice, uh, Fubara went on to swear in 9 commissioners who resigned. They were those appointed into his government by Werewike, by the way. But when the Wala was that much, so they resigned, they left. Then he swore them in again. And that same day, the guys were like, we didn't beg him to swear us in. We didn't say we want to come back. So let us be very clear about that. So a lot of people who are like holding their own different rallies in River State saying they should respect Fubara and then they should respect him as governor and all of that stuff. But so let me tell you what happened. The State House of Assembly, those guys that whose seats were declared vacant the other day in December, they were those in charge now, right? They they cleared the 9 commissioners, the 9 nominees. Then they also barred the governor. House of Assembly barred the governor from dissolving the local government administration, the local government caretaker administration. They also took away his power. That's what they said. They said they've taken away his power to appoint caretaker committee as his own people as a local government chairman and all that. So they've taken that away from him. And the people that he just sworn into his government, into his cabinet, supposedly, they said, no, we never asked him to bring us back. We are only following the directive of Tinubu. Sure you get, which means the status quo remains. Fubara, like them, they were appointees of Werewike. Fubara is not their Oga. Okay, Fubara is just the head of the team. He is not their Oga. Their real Oga is Werewike. And if Werewike says they should not sign things or support something, they won't. And that was the bone of contention. The last time when they said that Werewike would not allow Fubara to sign any check that is above 25 million without his approval. This was part of the rumors, right? And how could the governor not be able to sign a check over 25 million without the approval of his godfather? And then he was going to give 20% or 25% of the revenue accrued to the state. So this was the issue they initially raised. And they said it got so bad that sometimes when you need some memo raised by some commissioners or what have you, so that they can sign and bring it to the governor to sign, they will say, no, they can't sign it. They have not heard from Wike, the Oga. I said, but the governor said you should sign it and bring it over. No, I can't sign it. I've not heard from Oga. Oga is Wike. Sure you get. So when all this were going on, they decided to remove him at the time. You know the story. Now, I must show you something. Here is Fubara. The man they said after the Supreme Court judgment, it will become something else and it will become a blah, 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 blah. It won't become anything. It will become no jack shit. At least not in any nearest future. As we speak, it seems that the 25% sharing formula that caused problem could probably have been settled. And everyone else who needed to get their own share and post and everything, they will also be settled. I think. Well, here, inside the Port Harcourt government house, Fubara and the 9 commissioners loyal to Werewike. Here is the drama.
River State Governor Sim Fubara there presiding over the swearing-in of 9 commissioners. The event is coming a day after the Supreme Court affirmed his victory in the March 18, 2023 governorship election. All those being sworn in today resigned a couple of weeks ago. They are Professor Zacchaeus Adango, Alabo George Kelly, Isaac Kamalu, Professor Chinedu Mo, and Chukwuemeka Woke. Others are Inime Aguma, Jacobson Imbina, Gift Walu, and Austin Ben Chioma. Citing personal reasons, the group of 9, who are said to be loyal to the immediate past governor of the state and now minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, voluntarily resigned at the height of the political crisis rocking the state. Their reinstatement is in fulfillment of one of the conditions of the presidential peace agreement by Governor Sim Fubara, who insists that no amount is too much to pay for peace to reign in Rivers State.
I can see how heavy your hearts are. That is the truth. But I assure you that I don't have anything against any one of you. That is the truth. You were caught in between a crossfire. Our advice, give in your best. Like I said the first time, let this state and posterity remember you for what is good. Thank you, and God bless you all.
As they settle down to work, Governor Sim Fubara wants the returning commissioners to be upright and also defend the interests of the state at all times.
Your judge said, uphold and defend the Constitution. I will wish you well that in your coming back, stand for justice. Stand for the interests of our dear state. That is the purpose of your appointment. And that is the truth.
Governor Sim Fubara also uses the opportunity to
I'll show you. The same guy, once they left that place, right? They went on to hold their own rally to clear the air and said, listen, don't get it twisted, though. Okay? We did not come back. Okay? In fact, listen.
We can. Now talking about radio, please permit me to use this opportunity to clear one thing on behalf of my colleagues. While seated, the MC and those who were this side of the program, the podium, had introduced me, Professor Mom, and Dr. Gift as having been just sworn in as commissioners, and you applauded. I know you are happy that one of yours have been appointed commissioners. We wouldn't have addressed this matter because it was our resolution not to address it. But while we were seated here, we saw a press release by the essay to the governor of Rivers State, Governor Similaye Shivara, that we resign on our own volition and return on our own volition. It is important that we correct the impression. We never return to anywhere. We are recalled based on presidential proclamation. And I know those of you who are GDI members know that we are men of pedigree. We have pedigree. If we stand by something, we stand by that thing till the end of it. We did this in sacrifice for the peace and the progress of the nation, because we were part of the stakeholders that Mr. President invited to Abuja for that meeting. We listened to Mr. President and we understood every bit of the pronouncement he made. And so, let me also put it on record that even before our recall, we were written by the Secretary to Rivers State Government to write or indicate if we want to come back. None of us, the Integrity 9 commissioners, responded to that letter. So we were sworn in today because we have the peace and stability of the nation and River Station at heart. And all we have done is our own part of the sacrifice. We believe that everyone, each and every one of us seated here, is supposed to make sacrifice to move this state forward. So having
sacrifice to move this state forward. Anyway, I was going to take us before, but I kind of already have a sort of a busy night. I would say, okay. I have this. I don't know if you have seen this already, and if those who are supposed to have, to be the affected people, if they have seen it as well. But somebody sent this through along Ibejuleki in Lagos, where they believe that some demolitions were taking place, and they were not residential areas. These were supposed to be like a shops, shopping complex, or what have you. And the goods of the people inside those places were seen to have been like flung out by those who are carrying out the demolition. I don't know. Like, I'm going to share that with you fully if you're watching me tonight. Please.
Nna omekwene n'ọzọ aka na-ekwu nke mere eme ọzọ a na-emekwa ihe ashọpụ ụmụnne anyị na desa n'abalị a ga-ewetara akwụkwọ kpọrọ ndị uwe ojii ju everywhere si onye ọnwụrụ akwara ngwongwo ọkwa efuru ngwongwo ndị mmadụ n'ilo ihe ahụ shop ihe ahụ n'ilo ihe ahụ desa that is Ibejuleki local government before Eleko junction kwefuru otu ụmụnna anyị ha si ebu ngwongwo n'abalị kịta ga-abịa chụpụ anyị na shọpụ anyị onye ọwụna kwara ngwongwo ha everybody na-akwa ngwongwo n'abalị ihe ahụ plaza dị na desa bus stop unu afụnanụ a na-eme ọzọ a na-emepụ ihe ahụ ma ndị eletrika ma ndị plọmba ọkụ na-afụ na ngwongwo ụmụnne anyị ha n'abalị a ga-abịara so onye ọnwụna kwara ngwongwo na-achọghị idemorishie ọ kwefuru ya na ngwongwo ndị mmadụ kwefuna ngwongwo ndị mmadụ juru n'ilo olube 30 minutes ndị a bịara ebe a so onye ukwu onye nta kwara ngwongwo ya here on Adesa bus stop before Ibejuleki, before Eleko junction na Ibejuleki ọ ebe ọ na-eme ọ kịta ihe aka na-eme ọkụnụ furu ya today 25 January 2024 na-enu ngwongwo ndị be anyị ngwaahịa ndị be anyị na-enu ngwaahịa ndị be anyị na shop niile kwefu onye nke akwacha na ngwongwo ya na shop ọ kwapụcha na-elo shop yezi oye ọkụnụ furu ya n'abalị a olube 30 minutes akpọrọ ndị uwe ojii kpọjuru everybody enwekwe notice enwekwe onye nyere notice ọkụnụ furu everywhere today 25 January 2024 ụmụ Igbo ele ebe anyị gba na-aga n'enu ngwongwo ụmụnne anyị o ngwaahịa ụmụnne anyị ha ancha n'ilo ọ na mmiri zoo kịta now everything emebichie ihe awụ electrical ọkwụnụ furu everything carton enwere otu mmiri si zoo kịta now ya niile.
Imagine being given 30 minutes evacuation notice at night that you need to remove all your stuff or else we're going to kind of destroy them when we demolish this place. And of course, yeah, the Igbos are the main targets. And I understand, and I've spoken a lot about this, you know what I mean? And I'll continue to, and a lot of Yorubas continue to speak out on this as well, right? Tinubu and his gang, all right, as well as their political ideology is not only dangerous, okay, or just only targeting the non-Yorubas, especially the Igbos. They are targeting the Yorubas too. Yeah, there are Yorubas who have become their victims too, stabbed, and even their own businesses, right, destroyed by these criminals. In the effort of them trying to destroy the Igbos, they are destroying their fellow Yorubas too, and they don't care. And in this regard, it will be so unfair for any of you to kind of feel comfortable to say Yorubas are this, Yorubas are that. I mean, what about the word some? Eh? Because you see those ones who kind of are living this life of hatred, this life of divisive rhetorics and all of that. They are not limiting it to those who are non-Yorubas alone. Ask how they see the other Yorubas. These guys called for the killings of Igbo. You have no idea. They gave Bokwari the green light to kill Igbo at the highest rank of their leadership. Tifnumbu and the rest of them, they were aware Igbo was going to be a problem. So would you then kind of say what these guys represent Yoruba? If their efforts is if what they represent includes even killing the Yorubas that stands on their way. Do you see where that word you coming around to say 90% of Yorubas are bigots? Are you not mad? Eh? I know how bigoted a lot of Nigerians are all across board, Yoruba, Igbo, and everyone. And I know how much education has not really changed much of you. But at least if you are not living under the rock, all these things I just stated to you right now, they are also part of what people also faces because they are trying to stand up against Tifnumbu. You never really win any election anywhere without rigging, without thuggery, without violence, without all these things. It's nothing. And there are Yorubas who have probably allowed this to kind of fly for so long. A lot of them today, well, probably will tell you maybe something should have been done a long time ago, but they just never cared. But that doesn't mean that these criminals, these ones who are grooming and then rearing agberos, who are calling their fellow Yoruba Somoale for a man we don't know him, Papa, the person who denied his own father, denied his own mother. Then you see some Oshins, some miscreants on social media attacking their fellow Yorubas for somebody we don't know him, Papa. And they are calling them Omoale for person we don't know him, he don't know him, Mama, he don't know him, Papa, or he rejected them. Somebody who denied his own father and mother. So do you think all Yorubas kind of feel comfortable with that? So if you want to serve your bigotry, yeah, Tifnumbu and his criminals, they will always give you the reasons to enjoy your own bigotry. But don't come around and say 99. I'm just stating facts. So if you don't want Chineke Oku there, Chineke Oku there. If you don't want that, maybe you should begin to add some. I mean, we can take that for a pass. Some Yorubas are like that, too. Some Igbos are this, so some this are that, too. Maybe we can start with that. Instead of you thinking that in your stupidity, you can actually talk to somebody who is sensible and say, I am just stating the fact because somebody said that to you. There are Yorubas who can say the same thing to you. Don't think there are no bigots in Yoruba who have shame. I mean, there are bigots who don't have shame too. What we are doing here is to try and change all those stupid narratives and hope that matured minds, adults who are watching this broadcast are not, drowning in their own bigotry and continue to kind of stench the air. I know that I may not be able to, my messages may not be able to cure all minds. I just don't want you to kind of pollute the cure minds because a lot of people can tell that there are more serious and more concerning things than flexing in your bigotry Olympics, in your tribal championship, as well as what do you call your religious FA Cup. There are more important things, okay? And there are very much important relationship to build as well. That I can always have you miscreant and you mad wearies jumping in here to come and flag or fly the flag of your bigotry. I may not be able to control that, but when I see it, I always try my best to make sure that you don't pollute the minds of those who are here. Because I don't know what you're thinking. Right? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Like I said, we didn't start early, we started late, fine. And then I've got a lot of things also like going on in there, like the moving and all that, because we will be moving this platform to its permanent site soon. You know that. And moving it to its permanent site requires some works that could really be time consuming. So I want to say thank you. I'm so sorry that we didn't take calls tonight. Okay. So I just spoke all through. Please watch this from the start again. There's no much like a distraction, so to say. I will see you some other time, right? So my message still remains the same that if bigotry pays, if there's any time, or if there's any time to see, to show difference to what it used to be, to what it is now, that time is now. If you supported, Tifnumbu because he's a Yoruba man, I know that a lot of you have now realized that there is no Yoruba market, there is no Yoruba school, there is no Yoruba hospital, there is no special Yoruba bank that you get special loan, and there is no Yoruba special protection. Okay, everyone is entrapped in the failure called Tifnumbu. However, there are some things others were trying to do at the time that Tinubu felt would be against him becoming president. Now he is the president. Would you ask him why Amotekun is still not allowed to carry the proper weapons to protect our people from the hands of this Fulani terrorist before you become a victim? Now, PDP chairman they kidnapped now. They haven't asked for money. And by the time they ask for money, you would expect it to be in millions. So the effort of, what do you call it? Their effort of using us, apart from destroying our farms, chasing our people out of their farms as well, that has been constant. So if, kidnapping us and then taking ransom to build their fort base as well is still, this will be the time for you to ask Tifnumbu to do something. Amotekun is there before Yoruba has start paying taxes like the Hausas in the north. Before we start paying taxes to the terrorists, or before it becomes something of that is bigger than what those that are not non-state actors could do. So this is the time for you to begin to bombard the Tifnubu. Because whether you are poor or not, so they will kidnap you. And when they kidnap you, it doesn't matter. You pay millions in ransom. And I don't want you to find out by yourself. So you can still use, now that you are still free, watching me right now, that you could probably abuse me or say whatever you like to me and all that. I advise that you probably join us to mount pressure on Tifnumbu that if they won't let non-state actors to defend the people, as they've been saying, what about the state actors, the one that is officially, legally formed, Amotekun? Let them carry the proper weapons that is, that befits forest rangers. And to all of us, the Yorubas, a lot of us who are so concerned, what can we do? What can we do? And the rest of that. I can assure you of something. One of the things that this is the one I can tell you, okay? So one of the things that we have managed to do is that we have managed to establish contacts with some of the Amotekuns. So you get, we have been able to manage to kind of establish contacts with some of them. And majority of them that we have spoken to said their problems is the inability to go after the terrorists when they are sighted, except when they are found to be carrying out any crime. That's the only time they try. And when they want to go after them as well, they have to be sort of they spend more time trying to plan how to make sure that the casualty or whatever, on their own side is not going to be overwhelming. So pretty much saying they are inadequately equipped. And then if the diasporans who are so concerned about security in Yoruba land, if they want to help, there are actually avenue for us to help. And I'm going to kind of not be able to kind of share all of that publicly, okay? But I will share that with the right people who are also going to do the right thing. So you see these parts where terrorists are able to mobilize weapons that they are using to kidnap our people or kill or do all of that by their gun runners in Nigeria because of the clearance from that same Abuja. So we have those who said that there are ways around this too, especially for us in Yoruba land. So I'm going to leave it at that, Sha. Anyway, just so you know that if there is any time we decided that we are concerned about a particular area, we have people to ask. And if they probably need the real support when it comes to this area of logistics, I'll use that word logistics, right? There is also an avenue to reach out to them, okay, to get those across to them without getting in any trouble. All right. They told me that, especially the ones from Oyo State, right? They told me that they actually have identified some of the hotspots, the locations of some of these Fulani terrorists, their settlement and all of that in those areas. And a well-coordinated effort could actually sweep them out of the entire part of that axis of Yoruba land within a space of a week. And I was like, really? I said, yeah, it could be done. You know, it's just that somehow they still have these political limitations. And that's the problem. Okay. Or getting things across, or even like working undercover with them and the rest of that to go after these terrorists in Yoruba land, these are now possible. And I bet those who own this message actually get what I am saying. I won't say more. Yomi Toto, thank you very much for your super chat there. And I think I have, what do you call it? Those are the Wike people. Asking the Ubani people in River State that we are angry with Wike. Tell Wike we are very angry with Wike. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much. Talk to everyone. Thank you very much for that. And I also got something from Kingsley. Oh, Kingsley, bless you, Baba. Thanks so much for your own super chat as well, Kingsley. To everyone else, I am going to see you some other time, okay? Please, what happened to my clicking? I was clicking and it's not. Thanks a lot for your time. I will see you some other time. So good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, na it be number one.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀.